reasons conventional running shoes are bad for the feet is that they cause bunions. The obvious way they do this is the way that we are all familiar with, in that most conventional running shoes have a very narrow, inflexible toe box. But it's just not the narrow toe box alone that causes bunion formation. It's also the elevated cushion heel that accelerates bunion development. This is because a 2011 study in Harvard Women's Health Watch, which is below this video in the description box, revealed that a shoe with a narrow toe box coupled with a large heel to toe offset, which means the front of the shoe and the back of the shoe are not on the same plane because the heel is elevated relative to the front of the shoe. The study found that a large heel to toe offset forces the body weight forward, which exerts unusually high pressure on the base of the big toe. This excessive weight in the front of the foot ends up squeezing the toes into the front of the shoe when walking or running. In consequence, a bunion develops when most of the body weight is repeatedly forced onto the forefoot, while the narrow and inflexible toe box of the shoe cannot accommodate the protrusion at the base of the big toe. So these are the prime forces behind how the design of a typical conventional running shoe misshapes the joints and the bones that make up the forefoot. And obviously, there are no advantages from these physical changes of the foot, but where there are advantages to be gained in foot health, which includes improving foot shape, is with more routine use of minimalist shoes, which are wide and flat. Some minimalist running shoes, like the Ultra Escalante, however, have more cushioning than the average minimalist running shoe. However, cushioned minimalist running shoes like the Ultra Escalantes are still zero dropped because there is no heel to toe offset. Some underfoot cushioning is fine just as long as there is not more padding under the heel than the front of the shoe. As long as the minimalist shoe with cushioning is still zero drop, will keep the body weight in neutral line, and through this, overloads to the forefoot are prevented, while foot shape eventually improves because the toes are not being forced into a narrow framework. Rather, the wide toe box of a minimalist shoe also positively reshapes the foot, even reducing the size of an existing bunion by allowing the forefoot to expand and the toes to really spread out and extend, of which this engaging activity improves toe flexor strength, which is a very important parameter for enhancing balance as well as footstep stability, which includes reduced overpronation, which means the foot is prevented from shifting into extreme positions when the micro and macro structures of the foot are functionally strong. Furthermore, when the toes and the forefoot can fully expand, this actually increases surface area of the foot to aid in safer spatial distribution of pressure over the foot. Therefore, since impact pressure when walking and running is distributed more widely over the foot, allows impact to be absorbed without creating dangerous overpressure points to one small area of the foot. It's for all these reasons that the importance of minimalist shoes, and of course going barefoot, are quickly becoming conventional wisdom because of the overwhelming benefits these conditions provide in a short amount of time. So I just thought it was well worth noting that it's not just a narrow toe box that can cause an abnormal foot shape. It's the coupling of an elevated heel and a narrow toe box that really does the most damage anatomically and functionally to the foot, and that there are cheap interventions like going barefoot as much as you can, wearing minimalist shoes as often as you can. Same goes with wearing toe spacers. Really put you on a path to rapid recovery for stronger, healthier feet that are more able to adapt to new levels of training more easily. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to hit the thumbs up button as well as the subscribe button if you haven't already. We will stay more informed on the health and performance benefits of minimalist running and barefoot running, as well as more informed on forefoot running versus heel strike running. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Have fun out there on the roads and trails. Bye for now.